couple of days ago, I attended the Malta Comic Con 2025, and instead of doing another highlight reel of what was going on there, I decided to sit down and do something a little bit deeper. I wanted to talk about how Malta Comic Con is helping the pop culture grow here in Malta. And I'm referring to comics, anime, gaming, cosplay, and everything in between. So the last time I attended the Malta Comic Con was in 2023, 2 years ago. Unfortunately, last year I had to give it a miss because I was working all that weekend. But it's good to talk about this 1 year gap, what changed, meaning what were the changes, and how this pop culture is evolving in this tiny island of Malta. So something very little before we begin. The Comic Con is organized by Wicked Comics, and they have been organizing the Comic Con for the past, I believe it's for the past 10 years or so. And honestly, they do deserve some credit because they have built this thing from the ground up, and they have been supporting local artists and also invite international guests, and they are creating a space for all the fans to connect. As you might know, Malta's size is very small, so the resources are quite limited, but their energy and passion has kept this thing ongoing, which has helped the community to grow in the past years. Since last year, the Comic Con has shifted from the MFCC in Ta'ali to the Eden Arena in St. Julian's. This year I attended with my wife and a couple of friends. The atmosphere was a little bit different. I will tell more about this at a later stage. Now let's talk about the heart of the convention. One of the best things of the Malta Comic Con is how it keeps the spotlight on the local creators, the artists, the illustrators, the writers, and the independent designers. For a country this small, that's huge. Having a place where local talent can display their work next to international guests gives them visibility and motivation. For a country this small, that's something huge. Having a place where local talents can mix with the international guests and display their work will give them more visibility and motivation. This year, we saw the return of a lot of great side areas. For example, the tabletops with games, the card game arena, a retro arcade center, a Korean martial arts arena, and even a kids section where they could do some light activities. These zones, while they are small in size, they really add depth. They make the Comic Con look more like a community event rather than just an exhibition. While at this point of making this video, I don't have the official numbers yet, it seems that this year the attendance was a record high, which shows that the pop culture in Malta is no longer a niche, but it's becoming mainstream. Having said that, the venue only hosted one food stall, which was not ideal during the peak hours. If I can give an advice for the Malta Comic Con is that this year there was only one food stand. And the queue there, just to get a hot dog from there, it took like 45 minutes. So we were like swapping, so my friends were waiting in the line and I would go and see the events and things, and then I will wait in the line and my friends will. So yeah, if there will be like, I don't know, 4 or 5 stalls, there is the space to put them. I think it would be good, and yeah, there would be more variety as well. And now I have to mention this, the life-size Broly statue. Massive, detailed, impressive. I would personally love to see this grow next year. Maybe add a few more replicas or life-size props. When I attended the Comic-Con in Japan, there were replicas of the Batmobile and even the Knight Rider kit. And while that's tough to pull off in Malta, this Broly statue was a very great addition. Now, let's talk about the guests. Malta doesn't get Hollywood-level guests, and that's totally understandable because those come at a massive cost. Today's special guest will be none other than Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future, Benedict Cumberbatch, and who else? And Mads Mikkelsen, so amongst other artists. And there will be other several booths which we shall discover together. But this year, we still got a couple of good heavy hitters. Vic Mignogna, the voice actor of Broly and Edward in Full Metal Alchemist, and Lou Ferrigno, the original actor of Hulk. These are big names in the anime and comic world, so a huge respect to Wicked Comics for managing to bring them over. Cosplay is always one of my favorite parts. The stage, the crowd, the energy, and the creativity. Now honestly, Malta's cosplay scene is still developing compared to places like Japan and France and the US. But that's fine. That's how it starts. It takes passion and courage and also guts to go up there on stage and perform. And while cosplayers in Malta don't have the resources or budget to compete internationally, I still appreciate their effort to participate. Mind you, there were a couple of good cosplayers, but the average quality compared to the international scene is still not quite there yet. Of course, if you compare this convention to the ones in France, in Tokyo, and in America, the scale is worlds apart, since those have industry budgets, massive sponsors, and exclusive announcements. But Malta has something which those bigger productions don't have. It's the personal touch, the fact that you go to meet friends, talk with the artists, and actually feel part of this growing community. If I had to nitpick, I would say that I preferred when the Malta Comic Con used to be held in the MFCC, because the area is more catered for these type of conventions. The Eden Arena felt a little bit tighter, and the crowd flow was not as smooth. And when you have a convention which is growing, you need to have the space. One other thing is I would welcome more life-size replicas and props. The Broly was a very good thing and it was really amazing. However, I would like to see more of these replicas. Overall, I really had a great time. I went with my wife and then I met my friends there, watched the cosplay competition, we participated in a few games. Overall, it was wholesome and fun. The Malta Comic Con 2025 was a fun and passionate event. These events are a proof that the pop culture here in Malta are growing year by year, and events like this are the reason why. So what are your opinions about the Malta Comic Con 2025? Have you attended? Did you give it a miss? What did you like? What are the things you didn't like that much? And what are the things you would like to see next year? Leave a comment down below so that this community can grow. Once again, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, hit the like button and also subscribe. And until the next time, stay geeky, stay positive, stay curious. Peace.